All right, we are going live. We are so excited. It is an amazing Thursday night. As always, I like to give people a few minutes just to get themselves in the room. I don't want anybody saying that I did not remember them, that I didn't give them time to get their items, to get their pens, their papers. So, guys, get your items, get your pens, your papers, make sure your phone is charged because we are about to jump into this conversation. We have an awesome and amazing guest tonight. And I'm just so excited. And these are my guests, just so you understand. These are my guests. It might not be an official Tori Talks, but I'm talking and we're talking freedom conversations. And we're so excited to be here with the awesome and amazing Nicole Powell. So as you guys are getting yourselves in the room, drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching on the replay, go ahead and drop replay. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, please go over to YouTube and type in Tori Rose the Connector. Please hit that subscribe button. We don't want to miss you and we don't want you to miss any of the great things that we have going on. All right. So Nikki, let's jump in. Good evening.
Hi.
Hey girl. How's it going?
It's going.
Good. And it's almost over. The night is almost over. So we are so grateful that it is 8, a little around 8-ish on a Thursday night. And I'm here talking faith, mental health, affirmations. We're also going to jump into some healing and personal growth topics with the awesome and amazing Nicole Powell of and I always say it wrong. I want to say she loves. It's Shea, like shea butter, because we're not dry people.
Like shea
Because
butter.
we are not dry. We are melanated. We smell like shea. We smell like cocoa. We smell like Royho and everything else. So guys, listen, I have an amazing guest with me tonight. Nikki, tell me a little bit about yourself and tell me about Shealuv Affirmations.
Okay, so a little bit about myself. So a lot of people already know I am a wife, a mother, friend, sister, daughter, all that stuff, a business owner, a good government employee.
Yeah,
I don't know how good that is, but yeah. But and an author.
Amen to that.
So yeah, that's me. And Shealuv's Affirmations is a part of many Shealuv's stuff. Like I got Shealuv's Creations, Shealuv's Affirmations, and this my regular Shay Low Love Facebook page. So that's my brand. That's what
that is your brand. You also have Shealuv Designs and you do a lot of DIY. So guys, if you've not checked out some of the amazing and awesome things that she puts together, it makes me jealous because that's not the part of my brain that works, but I'm definitely in awe of how you're able to put things together. I mean, you'll go to the Dollar Tree or to Michael's and it looks like $1,000 product and it may have only cost you $10 or $15 to put together and it's good quality. So kudos to you on that. I think you bring up some really good points, right? And attributes of all of the things that you do. You wear many hats: wife, mother, business owner, author. And on top of that, you have been extremely transparent about your mental health journey. I think a lot of women who are watching may be juggling the same things, right? They may quietly just feel overwhelmed. Like, ugh, is there any safe space to even communicate how I'm feeling? So I wanted to ask you tonight, I want to jump right in and ask you, how do you stay grounded in just who you are at your core without losing yourself in everything and in everyone that needs you, that's pulling on you? How do you stay grounded? And what did it take for you to even recognize when you were starting to kind of lose yourself?
All right. So I'm gonna answer the last part of it first. Staying grounded when I'm losing myself. First, I know I'm losing myself or have lost myself by how I treat others. Patience, I'm agitated, I'm fussing, I'm arguing, I'm noticing things is just not going right? So I'm like, okay, something's wrong. Like I need to get it together. And at that point, I know that I'm not losing it, but I'm losing myself, right?
Kind of different.
So in those moments, to keep myself grounded, what I've learned is one, praying. I think a lot of people have seen a major increase in my connection and my relationship with God. So first and foremost, I'm like, Satan, I rebuke you, and Jesus step in.
Yes.
Take over whatever this is, get these negative thoughts out of my mind, and just help me to recenter and just get it together. That's what I do first.
Yes.
And then after that, I just go back into everything that I've taught myself, how I rewired myself with just getting grounded again. And what that looks like is my affirmations that I created that speak to me. Going back to my book, and just if I have to journal, if I have to study, as far as studying the Bible or bringing up my Bible study, like I'll do all those main things, which helps to put me back in a space to restart.
I love that. And kudos to you. I see my sister Celeste is here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, if you are here, let us know that you're here. Let us know where you're watching. If you're catching it on Facebook or YouTube, on Instagram, on the replay, we want to definitely know who has been a part of this snippet of our conversation. And again, Nicole and our guest, Dr. Anderson from last week, will be at our April 17th Freedom Conversation. You want to get in these types of rooms. And let me tell you why you want to get in these types of rooms. Because so many of us have gotten to these places of success where outwardly we're rocking, we're rolling, we're holding it all together. But if people even knew, as Nicole just said, how much we're praying, how much we're petitioning God to help us, guide us, keep us, cover us. Sometimes it might even be like, anchor me, Lord. Like I feel like I'm about to lose it. And so that's real. And that's real life. And all of us, even if you're not a traditional, let's say Christian, or you believe in something different, if you believe in anything beyond yourself, you know exactly what we're talking about. There are some days that you can't go day by day, right, Nick? You got to take it moment by moment, hour by hour, minute by minute. And so that is what Freedom Conversations are going to be about. It is an intimate environment. It is a cultivated environment. It's $20. You're going to spend that at Rita's. You're going to spend that at McDonald's. And so I like what you said. You understand when you're not really yourself because of how you treat others. Mm-hmm. That's dope. And I'm just going to give you a clock it and a kudos, because so many people walk around here just like cutting people's necks off because they're having a bad place in life or a bad day, or mentally they're, just not in a right space. So you kind of bring us into that faith and mental health conversation. And we hear phrases like, girl, just pray about it or give it to God. But for many of us, mental health won't just disappear with one prayer. Trust me, I would be the healthiest person in Baltimore if it was just one prayer, right? And so can you take us into a real moment, even if it's something that was one of your hardest seasons where your faith and your mental health collided? And what did that look like for you?
I think one of the moments, right? Because I think this is ongoing. It's not I healed, I learned, I grew, I love, and now I'm better, right? Yeah, well, it's better, but it's not going to happen again, right? So I think it's just an ongoing thing. But for me, one of the tough moments that I had that was a struggle was when I lost my dad. First, I lost the last of my grandparents. And then right after that, I lost my aunt, my mom's sister, and then I lost my dad. So during that time, I was also still going through the things that I was going through that birthed Learn, Heal, Grow, Love, right? But losing all of those people, and then losing my dad mentally, and then my husband was also losing people too. So we went through a season of just loss. And during that time, my mental was not okay. I didn't really understand it. And I didn't know, just really what to do except for ignore it and keep going, right? Because naturally, I'm a caregiver. Naturally, I'm a strong person. So I just keep going. But eventually, my body starts to catch up and it wears me down, right? And mentally, I'm starting to question God, like really, my dad? Like, really, my aunt? Like, what's going on? And then on top of that, still dealing with life, just lifing. So still dealing with the children and your marriage and everything else. So that, for me, all put me back in that phase where I'm human, right? So, and I know you're not supposed to question God, but I'm just like, I'm doing everything that you told me to do. I'm doing everything that you showed me to do. I didn't turn my whole life around. I'm getting closer to you, but it seems like you're not here.
Yeah.
And so that was really, really hard for me. But thank God again for my praying mother, my therapist, and my circle. I may intentionally put certain people around me so that I could get through those harder moments. So even during that loss, I speak about in my book how, it's okay to say I am the strong friend. I am the one that's always holding it together, but it's okay to say I need help. Let people love on me. And that really helped me get through that season. I know this might be too much, but when I had my book signing, I had a private part first because people didn't even know that they were pouring into me during these seasons. Because, so when I had my book signing, the private book signing, that was for them, for me to thank you. Like, you showed up, you helped me through that time. So just having that, intentionally setting a foundation when you know you're going to fall, because you're going to fall.
We're all going to fall. And it depends on where you are, how old you are, how you fall, but everybody's going to fall. And I want to go ahead, and I always, say that I start these conversations not to do Bible study, but I love me the word of God. I love it. Right. So y'all bear with me for 2 seconds, because we have been taught not to question God. And that is so not in alignment with scripture. It is not even alignment with just how we were raised. Like, we teach our children, if somebody wants you to do something, you say no, or why, or if your friends ask you to go down to the creek, you ask questions. So we are naturally inquisitive, but when it comes to the things of the mind, the body, when it comes to us as women who have to still show up and still love, still lead, still guide, still pray, we're told, okay, you endure all of this and don't question God. God is our Father. Why would I not go to my daddy with a question? And I think about, like, in the book of Habakkuk, and I always say that wrong, but that's how I say it, Habakkuk. I always think about the book of Job specifically. My ninja said, why did I not die in the womb? Like, God, why did I not give up the ghost when I came out the belly? If I knew life was going to be this hard. See, we preach Job got everything back that he lost. We don't talk about the fact that
Job went through.
He went through. Shorty.
Went through.
He was grieving deeply. Listen. You can't lose a loved one and not think of them on their birthday. Job lost everybody, children, homeboys, businesses, land. You don't think when them kids' birthdays came about, he didn't think about his children? Come on, this man said, God, why'd you even let me live out the belly? David, right? David said, how long will you forget me, oh Lord? Forever? Forever, ever?
Hello, I'm here.
Hello? How long will you hide your face from me? Come on now. There was a many a days I was climbing up the corporate ladder at the good government job and will go in my own space and say, all right, I know these 6 figures on this salary, but God, have you forsaken me?
Right?
Matthew, my God. Come on now. So I want to let somebody just have free. That's worth $10 right there, because I set you free. Because you have the right to question God. You should question the Father, because when the answer comes back, understand the answer. You might not always like it, but it's going to work for your good. So thank you for bringing that up, Nick. Thank you so much, guys. Listen, if you want to have these kind of real conversations, you want to meet Nikki, you want to come and get a copy of the book, you want to just have women around you who know what it is to go through some things, to navigate some spaces in an honest way. We might be cute, but we're going to tell you the truth. We're not going to give you no hocus pocus. We're going to tell you, oh yeah, and that whole season, I ain't like people, but God was still faithful. That whole season, I was angry with my husband, but God was still faithful, right? People who used to say, Tori, what did you pray? Forget the Sierra prayer. What did you pray? I used to say, girl, you better pray your own prayer. Don't you pray the prayer I prayed to get my husband. You better pray your own prayer, because people out here pretending, that's performative, right? And so there's power in your truth, Nicole. There's power in your affirmations. Your book Shealuv Affirmations, which I really just think you should have a shea butter line. Like, that's why I don't want to say the shea, because I'm ashy, okay? My whole family, we got eczema. So if you don't come out with a Shealuv body line.
Well, it was, girl, it was one of my coworkers. That's how Shealuv started. She made me a natural hair care product. And I said, oh, I'm taking this name. She said, girl, go ahead. And that was like over 15 years ago. So look at what it turned into.
Now you got me questioning. How long, Lord, will she hide the moisturizer from me? You understand what I mean? Come on. Oh, yeah. Let's get it together.
Look, I got some hair in this wig. That's right.
That part. So listen, your book, especially your affirmations, right? It's such a powerful tool. It's not just words. It's not just words. It is intentional healing based on real life experiences that you went through, right? But if we can be honest, affirmations can feel difficult sometimes to say, right? When you're going through, when you don't really maybe fully believe what you're saying, or I've been saying this affirmation for 100 days, ain't nothing changed, So was there a specific affirmation that you had to repeat over and over in a season where your reality didn't really match your words? Is there one specific, maybe it's multiple, and how did you consistently speak that over again and over again so that you could start to shift your mindset?
I don't know. I don't want to say I have. Well, first and foremost, my first thought has to always be like, he's not going to put too much more on me that I can't bear, right? I gotta think that first, because sometimes I'm like, why is this happening? So it's happening for a reason. It's something big is going to happen. But that is the first. But I feel like with affirmations, I wrote my affirmations. I didn't go and get an affirmation book. I didn't go and Google online, with how to
do an affirmation. Right.
So as I was going through my challenges, after I went through something and I made it through, I wrote to myself, what did I speak into me during that time to help me get through it? So that's what, like, the affirmations that are in my book, that's what I said to myself during those times. After I went through, like, oh, am I the drama? Like, I'm questioning him. Is it me? Like, it's because
am I Nikki B? Am I Nikki B? Am I the drama?
So that affirmation in my book after that was the affirmation I would say back to myself, like, that I made. So I was speaking the life back into me based on, what God told me to say, right? But so I really strongly recommend, like, just setting up your own affirmations if you can. You gotta start somewhere. So if you gotta do your research and all that other stuff, fine. Or you can always just get my book. But I recommend starting there first, right? And just speak life back into yourself. If you made it home, like, geez, I made it home today. Thank you for another day. I woke up today. Thank you for allowing me to drive to work. I made my car is here. Like, I'm going to have a good day. Good government job. These people at this job don't define who I am just because I didn't get that promotion. So those are the kind of things that I would go through it. How did I get through it? And I would remember those affirmations.
Oh, that's so good.
All that.
I love that. Let me tell you why that's so good. Because many of us will swear up and down we hear from God, right? And I'm not saying that we don't. So if you're saying, I hear from God, God spoke this to me, and let me go ahead and say it back to myself, then every time you come back and say it back to yourself, you're speaking that thing that God spoke to you. So if he spoke it to you, why would you not continue to speak it over you? So somebody knows that they heard God say they are supposed to be a business owner. They heard God clearly say they are the head and not the tail, that trouble don't last always. Like some of these affirmations, I got ADHD. I dropped my book title in the chat, go get the book. ADHD and God is not just a memoir about me talking about my life. It is the words that God gave to share to the multitude. Right. We talk about imposter syndrome. We're talking about high functioning leadership. We're talking about showing up. Guys, I'm being honest. I'm talking about somebody hurt my feelings, and I'm from West Baltimore, right? My mother from Brooklyn. I was like, bet, watch me do it. Watch me raise this child, have this business, have this government job. Watch me do it. And I go through not only how that's unaligned with what God spoke to me, but I talk about the psychology behind it. So you don't have to have ADHD or God to know something about yourself and to relate to the book. It's better if you do, right? And my husband probably watching like, yes, come to Isaiah Baptist if you don't have God. But nonetheless, hey, Tyrese, I see that you're with us. Guys, listen, we could stay and talk all night. Nicole is truly one of my favorite people. I have watched you grow. I've watched you build. I've watched you just become over these last 10 years. It's been 10 years, Nick. And it doesn't feel like that. I remember being on your show. I remember coming and sitting with you and your network and talking about what I had going on some 7 years ago when I was running for office the first time. You are dynamic. We can't get it all in tonight, but tell the people where they can follow you, how they can connect with you, and what you're hoping to get out of the April 17th Freedom Conversation.
Okay, so first, following me. I am on Instagram. If you just type in Shay, and I think, well, I'll put it in the chat, or you can put it in the chat, Tori. But it's Shay Loves Affirmations. I think it's an underscore between there. That's on Instagram. Also Shay Loves Creations, or you can just go to my Shayla Love page. I'm going to put all that in there. So, and it'll direct you to each way you gotta go. And on Facebook, it's just Nicole Renee to find me. But on April 17th, I'm just looking for just connection. I am literally in a space right now where when God is telling me to do something, I'm gonna pray about it, and then I gotta get in line with what he's telling me to do. So it doesn't matter like who's there, who's not there. I just want to make sure that whatever this is that God has put in me, that I'm giving it to whoever it's supposed to go to.
That's right.
And in my most natural way, right? Because I'm not a therapist, I'm not a coach, I'm just a regular old, person.
Survivor, boss babe, supernatural testimony in the making. Come on.
Right.
Ain't no
I'm just looking for just connection and just being able to pour into other people. Like I said, I'm a natural caregiver. So I want everybody to be okay. Like we don't got to go through these things alone. No. We don't have to sit here and process alone. So looking at how my life looked, what you thought it looked like, right? Because I make it look good on social media. But just seeing that, she really be going through some things. Let's relate on that so that we can grow from there and heal from there. So that's what I'm looking for.
Listen,
April the 17th.
Drop. So for the woman watching tonight who feels overwhelmed, feels overlooked, maybe a little broken, she's tired, she's trying, but she's tired. She don't even know where to start, right? Because it's like, do I have to get dressed to go to this thing? Do I have to have makeup? I'm going to tell you, come as you are, because that's what God wants you to do. Just come as you are. But I'm asking Nicole, before we get off of here tonight, to tell us one practical thing that woman can do when she wakes up tomorrow morning to begin reclaiming her power.
I'm reclaiming my power today first, right?
Speak it.
You got to speak it. You can't just say, all right, I'm tomorrow, I'm going to do it. No, you got to get up and say, I'm going to do it today, right? And then you're going to go over to Shay Loves Affirmations page, and you're going to go to the website, and you're going to click the link so you can get the ticket to the event. You're going to get both books, Shay Loves Affirmations and ADHD and God. You're going to do all that, right? Because then you got to get the resources, right? You got to have the resources. We got to start somewhere. So that's the first thing. Speak it back into you. And even if you don't have enough to speak it back into, I'm telling you now that you can do it. You're going to be good. We're here. Like everybody don't want to share. Everybody isn't comfortable, but we're here. That's why the books are here. That's why the live is here. You can go back and look at it later. So yeah, that's my advice.
I love it. You can mic drop. Guys, listen, I know 30 minutes is never enough time, but if we gave you more than that, you wouldn't need to come out on the 17th. So come on and join us from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The address is 2636 West North Avenue. I see Tyrese has joined us. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody who has been supporting the journey. We are so excited about what God is doing. Also, if you want to host a freedom conversation, you don't have to have a large group of people. You may know that you your sisters, your cousins have been really going through some things and you want to be able to just walk through it. I am a licensed life coach. Dr. Anderson, who will be there with us, is also a licensed therapist. So you have resources, right? We're not going to charge you to come out and have a freedom conversation. If you have a girls group, if you have a church group, it can be guys and girls, because we know that men have the same struggles that we have. And a lot of times when we think, oh, wow, my husband, my boyfriend, my son, he's pulling away from us, it's because there's so much happening in his mind that he doesn't even know how to communicate it. And so we need to also band together and work through some of those challenges. So guys, if you want to have a freedom conversation, by all means, you can message me on any of the platforms. You can also email me at connect, CONNECT, the number 2, Tori, TORI, at gmail.com. This has been an amazing Tori Talks with the awesome and amazing Nicole Powell. I wish we did have more time, but guys, get in the room. Get your tickets. We will see you all on April 17th at 6 p.m. If you can't make it for whatever reason, you want to host your own freedom conversation, let's do that. Please get the book. Support Black authors. Support Black women. We love y'all. Be safe. Please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself until we meet again. God bless.
Bye.